A lot of people ask me whether or not I'm frightened to walk the streets of old Soho late at night just before the programme starts. Of course, I'm not. I mean, what is there to be frightened about? That's the question I always ask. Nothing at all. OK, so it's a little bit... For God, look, I am fed up with the Mansfield team behaving like that. Mike, stop it. Roll titles. In here, follow me. Come on. Thank you very much indeed. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, and particularly you at home as well. It's lovely to see you. I'm very sorry about this. Mike Mansfield is, of course, not normally one to throw himself headfirst into the limelight. But let me tell you, he's been taking Prozac, and this is what it's done to him. I mean, honestly. OK, right, back. Stop it, you're not frightening anybody. Back upstairs to the gallery. Go on and start getting the cameras organised. Off you go. I'm sorry about that. I'm very sorry. Ladies and gentlemen, here's Kooki. Lovely, lovely. OK, winner of the competition a couple of weeks ago on your screen. Is there a sound person here? Could I have a sound person while we're doing this? Is Richard Wilson. Could you mind your shoulders? Can't read the script. Richard Williams from Luton in Bedfordshire.
My little bit.
Oh, I'm just doing that, OK. I'm just going to get my mic. It's coming off. So, would you like to do the competition?
I would, yes, if that's all right with you.
Just put this on here for me. OK, go on then.
OK, what is the capital of Japan? Is it Shh.
Oh, sorry.
Right. What is the capital of Japan? Is it Yoko, Toko, or Pinocchio?
What's funny about that? What's funny about that?
That's Simon. I don't know. He wrote it.
OK. Telephone number. Kooki, they've got to ring in.
OK.
OK, fine.
Yeah. OK, hang on.
Fabulous holiday for 2 people in the Mediterranean or the Canaries. All you have to do is ring this number.
0891 48 49 50.
Questions? I see you brought a new girlfriend tonight. Very nice. Who is she?
You got me into trouble last week.
Ooh. What? Oh, Jerry, that is disgusting.
I'm packing my water.
Ouch.
Only the Tory MP for Harlow would come up with a
It's a bit
tasteful
posy,
line
this,
like
isn't
that.
it? Is this the latest thing for...
It's just something my wife will back from Chicago.
OK, enough. Thank you very much indeed. Kooki, quick question. A quick question for Kooki. You just used up your political spot. Right, when is the grouse shooting season in Britain, all right? When is the grouse shooting season in Britain?
Yeah, that's the 12th of August to the 10th of December, I think, yes?
Yes! And for all those of you who go out and shoot the grouse... Yeah. OK, fine, let's get on with the show. Right, tonight, first of all, I forgot what we're doing. We've got a great guest. Now, hands up those of you who would like something to drink. Hands up if you'd like a quick drink. Hands up. Who's briefed the audience? No? None of you want a drink? OK, well, one of the things tonight is that you will all be asked to sample a liquid, OK? Simon, could you get the cups and hand them out to the audience, please? Now, would you please welcome my first guest, who is the author of a fascinating book. Please. Thank you. A fascinating new book which has sold over 100,000 copies in Germany alone. And he's here to tell us more. Please will you welcome the author of Urine Therapy, Coen Van Der Kroon. Thank you very much indeed. Please. Now, this... Coen, did I pronounce your name correctly?
My name is Coen Van Der
Coen
Kroon.
Van Der Kroon. Yeah. OK, Coen. Thank you very much indeed. That's not your book, that's mine. Jerry, could you do this quietly while we do an important and serious interview?
Sorry, I'm just giving everyone cups.
Fine, good, OK. And get one for yourself.
No.
Yes, OK. Where do we start? I don't know where we start. Is this a joke? Is it a massive publicity stunt or not?
It's not a joke. It's a very ancient method which got a little bit lost in the last century. And actually, if you ask a little bit around, there are many people in England also who know about the use of urine externally applied with chilblains, warts, etc. The drinking of urine is a little bit less known, but also here in Europe, they did that a lot.
Now, I've got 3 copies of your book here.
Yeah.
Which is called The Golden Fountain. This is... No, it's not. This is the one in Britain, is that right?
Right.
Why didn't we have this rather fetching one, which presumes that's German, is it?
Every country has their own taste in these kind of things. The German one looks...
Oh, this is the German one.
Looks more scientific. That's typical German.
Yeah.
And
this is, which one is this? What's
this is the partly the Belgian and the Dutch one. And this statue is standing in Brussels, so that makes it a little bit more...
Does he make you feel at home, Baz? No, never mind, I suppose not.
Long continent.
Anyway, let's talk about this seriously, because this is something not only done by strange people, but also some quite eminent people.
Yes,
I mean, Sarah Miles, I think of as one who's always talking about drinking urine.
Right.
Kevin Costner did it in the opening of Waterworld. It opens up in Waterworld, peeing into a cup, and he drinks it.
Dumb and Dumber?
I don't know about Dumb and Dumber. Did they do it?
Yes.
Oh, they did it too. So it's quite popular. Where do we start? Could you drink anybody's urine, or does it have to be your own?
It's best to drink your own urine because that has the essential information about your own body, and it works a little bit like a self-injection. There's one of the things people don't know about urine is
Talk to me about why it's like a self-injection. I mean, why?
There's some information in it about exactly the composition of your blood at every moment. So once you feed that back into your body starts reacting on that like a very intelligent computer, and it's very safe to do it because urine is completely sterile, and we always learn that urine is dirty, but it's actually one of the cleanest substances that we have in our body.
But I thought, I mean, when you go to the doctors to have some sort of test, I mean, they test your urine to see what sort of germs and ailments and all that sort of stuff in there. I mean,
well, they don't check the germs because there are usually no germs in urine at all. It's 100% sterile. They used it in the war as a disinfectant when other means were not there. What they can see is the amount of proteins in it.
Right.
And from that they can say if you have an infection in your body. But in itself, it's a completely clean and very
Okay, talk me through
substance.
this. But I thought after whatever liquids you've taken into your body, after all the goodness has been taken out of those liquids, and then then you get rid of it. I thought that was all. It was used up, finished, and no good anymore.
Well, the body has some other organs to get the poisonous substances out of the body. That's the liver and the skin and the lungs. And the kidneys are actually there to filter everything which is at a certain moment too much in the blood to filter that out. But well, the best example is water in itself. It's filtered out of the body, but it doesn't make it a toxic substance. And the same is valid for minerals, hormones, enzymes, etc.
So you are telling me quite categorically that you cannot catch an infection from drinking your own urine?
No, not at all. It's completely impossible. There's one exception, that is when people have an infection on the bladder or in the kidneys itself, and then there can be some germs in the urine, but that's very exceptional, and normally it's completely safe and to drink your own urine. It's
Kooki, could you bring in the refreshment, please? Now, this is something that you prepared for us earlier, is that right?
Right.
Okay. Yeah, fine, okay, thank you very much indeed. And... Yeah, okay, fine. Sometimes, particularly if you've had a very good strong curry,
then you can taste it very
the night before, you can smell it in the urine and taste it in the urine. Now, this urine is fine. Anyway, for the moment, No, never mind. In a minute. Okay, in a minute. You know, sometimes it does smell quite. There's not much smell to this urine, but...
the healthier you eat and drink, the better the taste of the urine. So if you eat a lot of meat, that's generally making the taste of urine a lot stronger. And the same counts for coffee and etc. Yeah. But what we usually think of when thinking of urine is the smell we know from public toilets. And old urine stinks.
Or lifts, often in lifts in certain blocks of flats. That's not nice either. Yeah. So, is this your own urine, or...?
This is my own urine.
Is there a better... Is there... I mean, is there a good... No, I mean, could it last? Do you have to drink it the day it's urinated? Or?
You have to drink it quite fresh, but you can use old urine very well for other things.
Yeah.
Old urine is very well when you use that on the skin, and especially with wounds. If you apply like compresses with old urine, the wounds heal very, very well. And it's interesting to tell that most people don't know that urine is used for making skin creams all the time, because it's a very...
Animal urine?
No, human urine also. Yeah.
Can you sell it? Do you get a few bob if you go down with a...
Well,
there's a half a bottle of whale in, you know...
There's big business being made of that, because all those portable toilets, in America there's a company who exploits those portable toilets, and it's a daughter firm of a pharmaceutical company, and they've built filters in there to filter all the useful substances.
Now, I see here that sniffing urine into the nose can release... Oh, shit, my hands are shaking. Shit. That was a pun, really, wasn't it? I can see that it's good for... OK, do you want to go first or not?
To take a drink?
Would you just take the drink?
Sure.
Take this, and how many... Do you want to pass it around?
It actually tastes very well, and it doesn't taste like what we normally think of as urine. Very brave.
Swallow.
Oh, don't you...
Craig, lovely to see you on the show tonight.
No way, he's already...
Are you sure?
I'm drinking Budweiser, and that tastes like piss to me.
Did you...
That's too warm. It's got to be nicely chilled. You're having a laugh or drinking that.
Anybody here wish to try this or not?
The MP from Harlow wants some.
Jerry, try that. See what you do, because this could be the... Jerry, cheers.
Typical Tory.
What's it mean? Of course it's real.
Let Baz smell it.
That is real. That is the real... Because the one he's got is not real. I really fell for it. It's very good for you, but it's bad for your breath.
I can't...
I nearly fell for that, James Will. That was...
Ladies and gentlemen, please would you welcome our celebrity poet for this evening.
God.
Thank you very much. It's brilliant. I don't know what to say. This is the most unusual interview that we've done. All we can do is suggest... All we can do is suggest that you try it now. Try it now, or a little later in the commercial break. Try it then. That'd be really very good. Thank you very much indeed. The book, The Golden Fountain, The Complete Guide to Urine Therapy, is out now. Now, on to our celebrity guest tonight. Mr. Craig Charles with his own composition. Please, ladies and gentlemen, Craig Charles.
James Whale. Now you know he's taking the piss. It's a poem called Brewer's Droop, since we're talking about that kind of stuff. I can't feel that feeling anymore. The tingle doesn't tingle underneath my overalls. Embarrassment and panic. Shame when you think it's getting hard again. It doesn't just limps a bit and falls. You just don't know the place to look when you find that you can't get it up. And the fingers just don't feel the same when the fingers stroke again, and I can't make my burn a flame from tip to top to core. The tension tends to aggravate when you find that you can't copulate and your tingle cannot mingle anymore. And your ego can't kickstart and go if you can't make those juices flow. And you know, I know, we all know, a man is not a man without a spanner in his hand. And you feel, I feel, we all feel this need to overpower, to tear on and deflower, but it's hard without the power in your loins. Or it isn't hard without the power in your loins. And it might just get to irritate when you find that you can't fornicate. When your arrow is bowed instead of straight, you just can't get that friction in your groin. And it's easy for her to say that where there's a willy, then there's usually a way. But that statement is easy said when the thing's all wrinkly and dead, and it's not that firm, upright and bold, and me balls are crinkly and cold. But I suppose it's pretty funny that in this land of milk and money, 'tis too much to touch the burning crutch of your true and tender honey bunch. And she says she loves me. She knows I'm competent. Love is a many splendid thing. It sometimes makes you impotent. And she holds me close, and she bathes my wounds, and she kisses me. And then the lantern lights up her eyes, and I'm sure it's getting hard again. Thank you.
If I didn't know better, I'd say this programme was all planned on a theme. Thank you. We'll see Craig a little later on, and he'll be drinking something other than beer then. Now, please will you welcome our first musical guest tonight. She is fantastic. She is Kiki Dee.
Burn the candle night and day, so the light won't fade away. Keep it strong, keep it bright. Don't give up trying to make it right. It's just a call on the telephone, just a wave down a crowded street. That's all it takes. Someone looking out for you, watching over you. That's all it takes. It ain't no mountain we've got to move to believe in the power of love. Keep it tight, keep it strong. Don't give up, gotta carry on. Call on the telephone, just a wave down a crowded street. That's all it takes. Someone looking out for you, watching over you. That's all it takes. Just to know that you're not alone. That's all it takes sometimes. All it takes to ease your mind. So heal me now. Heal me now. Telephone, just a wave down a crowded street. That's all it takes. Someone looking out for you, watching over you. That's all it takes.
Kiki. Miss Kiki Dee. And heal me now. Thank you, I thank you, I thank you. And Coen tells me that, of course, a glass of your own pee first thing in the morning will heal everything there is. So we take the break and say cheers. Just before that, a reminder of the competition. What is the capital of Japan? Is it Yoko, Tokyo, or Pinocchio? I just read it. Listen, I don't make it up. 0891 48 49 50. You could win a holiday for two in somewhere warm and sunny. I will drink this glug, 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 and see you in part 2. So nice to see some of the chosen people here in the studio tonight. My bald friends here, my bald friend here, my smooth man here. Do people ever take the mick out of you? Do they upset you?
They do.
They do. Well, of course, now they don't have to, because Bald on Top is out, a great book for all bald men. Did I do that? Right, okay. No, I wouldn't do that. No, I won't. That's all right, Michael. Your secret, Michael, is safe with me. Okay?
Hair, hasn't he?
What?
Michael.
Mike, I don't know whether it's his own hair.
Oh, I think it is.
Mike Mansfield? I don't know. I really don't know. Seriously, you have a little look at that. I want it back in a bit. That's very good. It's a serious book about the benefits of being bald. Right, now, we had them on the show some time ago, and we brought them back tonight. Do you like that? We had them on the show some time ago. You see what you can do if you're... He's laughing at the book. Look at this. It's brought a little... Okay, fine. Right, back over. Back over here. These people are great. You're going to love this. This will get right through to your soul. Please could you welcome our Japanese drummers, Mugenkyo! Mugenkyo! Our Japanese drummers, thank you, and their sort of evilly devilly thingy, but they have got a workshop. If you'd like to find out more about their workshop, then it's on the 17th of November, is it? I think at the Paul Robeson Theatre, which is in London. But if you get in touch with us at the James Wales Show, MMTV, 5 to 7 Carnaby Street in London, quickly we can let you have details. Thank you, you've enough. And what an impersonation of Mike Mansfield. What an impersonation. Wonderful. Please welcome my next guest. Well, you know Jerry Hayes, he's always here. We couldn't find any reason to get him out. Can I interest you in a glass of something? Well, Mr. Tony Banks, ladies and gentlemen. Our good friend Tony is here on the show tonight.
Hey, it's very good.
As...
Passed by the management.
Piss off, Jerry. That's it.
I bet you wanted to say that for years, haven't you? This is very good.
Honestly, it's jolly nice. As it was yours, it was okay.
Have you ever had that before? Drinking your own urine?
Well, absolutely. I mean, the fact that when I was watching this up in the gallery, I just remember that, you know, my aunt used to say, you know, my old aunt used to say, if you had problems with chilblains, what you do is you stick your feet into a pot of your own piss.
Really?
Yes.
And it's warm, isn't it? If you do it first thing in the morning, it's nice and warm because it's been in there overnight.
It depends whose piss it is, I
Fermenting.
suppose. Yeah, that's right,
Yeah.
It's the turds I don't like.
Oh, for heaven's sake.
You're making him look nearly...
Absolutely
right. Okay.
right, yeah, respectable.
Moving on quickly, and just, well, you might waste not one.
No,
though.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Do you reckon what kiss good?
Come on.
No, it's honestly, it's not bad, you know.
It's not bad, yeah, quite. You want turd burgers then?
Well, I'm a bit off them at the moment.
Yeah, quite, yeah. Well, you're full of it, Jim.
Yeah.
What does Betty Boothroyd do to keep you in order? Anyway, private members' bills, that's what we're going to talk about tonight. First, a serious one, and then we'll talk about... yours is a serious one, too.
Serious too, but talk about yours first.
Tony's first, because the pet animal welfare bill that you're trying... which has got, unfortunately, not much chance of getting through, has it?
No, it's got no chance of getting through.
I didn't want to be that cruel
Well,
straight
no,
off.
well, I mean, let's be up front here. I mean, it's got no chance at all. But I mean, it was raising an issue.
Before you say that, let's talk about the things that you would like to get through. You would like to get through ordinary, serious proposals that we treat animals much better. Just tell me some of the ideas.
Well, I mean, the actual proposal was three-pointed. The first one was to end puppy farming, which is an absolute disgrace. I mean, there are now many farms around the country where they're breeding puppies. In the most appalling circumstances, and people who purchase a puppy
like
don't
battery
know.
chickens.
Well,
it's
the
very
sort
similar
of
to that
thing.
sort
I
of
mean,
thing,
a bitch is, you know, is made to breed twice a year until she's exhausted, and then she's quite often just dumped. And then, of course, the puppies are not necessarily healthy. They're exported abroad for experimentation purposes. They are sold on in pet stores, and people have got puppies themselves who then are quite disturbed because clearly they've been removed from their mother at a very early age. So that was one part of the bill. The other part, of course, was to ban the sales of pets to anyone under the age of 16. At the moment, anyone from 12 onwards can go and purchase a pet. And, you know, I mean, looking after an animal is a very serious responsibility, not something to be reduced to a Christmas present or a birthday present. The last point was to end the ridiculous system of quarantine that we have in this country, which is absurd and actually kills more animals than it prevents illness.
Now, most people, right-minded people, would agree wholeheartedly and say that, well, that's fine, what's wrong with that? So why isn't that becoming law? Why aren't those things becoming law?
Well, you know, there's always a time lag between, you know, public pressure and MPs taking executive action in the end. I mean, MPs don't initiate anything really, I mean, in terms of legislation. They react to pressure that comes from outside. So the idea of something like this is to build the public pressure. I mean, there are thousands of people who write letters to MPs, and I would encourage anyone who likes the idea of some of these proposals to write to their local MP and say, will you support these particular measures?
So when you get a private member's bill, and private members' bills come through the House thick and fast, I mean, most MPs at one time would want to get a private member's bill read. How many of them ever do become law?
Well, very few of them, because, of course, whoever is in government controls the time on the floor of the House. And if you're controlling the time on the floor of the House, you can determine what becomes law, because you just run out of time. But we go in for a ballot every year, you know, just after we start the new session of Parliament in November. And the first half a dozen or so that come up in the ballot can more or less guarantee, providing the bill's not too controversial, then get it onto the statute book.
So if people were interested in this, and they're watching now at the moment, and if say, just a few of the viewers were to, I mean, say 100,000 viewers wrote tomorrow to Parliament,
Well,
Would that have a...
It's important, you see. I mean, if nobody writes to MPs, then MPs can claim, well, no one's interested in this issue. But the MPs are moved and influenced by the weight of public opinion. I mean, they'd be stupid not to be. So write to your Member of Parliament. It might sound like a pretty fatuous thing to do, but it does have an influence because you're only one of perhaps a whole range of people who are writing. So do that, and hopefully you'll get some response from that Member of Parliament.
Right, one last question before we bring Jerry in about his private member's bill. I see you have a rather nice badge
Badger.
of the Badger there,
Yeah.
one of my favourite.
Yeah.
I read, I think it was in the papers last week, that the National Farmers Union are trying to get permission to kill badgers, particularly lactating female badgers, because they're concerned that they're passing tuberculosis onto the cattle. That, I believe there's no proof.
Well, one of the private members' bills that I introduced earlier was, of course, for the protection of badger sets, because there are still the most perverted, evil individuals in this country who have great pleasure from baiting badgers. Can you believe it? They break the badger's jaw, or they cut the paws off, and then they set dogs on them. I mean, these sort of people ought to be hung with barbed wire, in my opinion. But then I'm being
But
moderate.
this is the
I'm being
Farmers
moderate
Union,
tonight.
as I understand
well,
it.
no,
who
well, I'm
want
not saying the Farmers Union.
not doing that.
But you see,
obviously,
the thing is, there is the Ministry of Agriculture, Fisheries and Food are still convinced that badgers are responsible for bovine tuberculosis. I mean, the evidence indicates that is not so. They're gassing hundreds of badgers. The government is officially endorsing the killing of hundreds of badgers. It's got to be stopped. And that's something else that I think that people can do by weight of public opinion.
Right, that's something for us all to think about. Jerry's private member's bill, we thought we'd give you a couple of minutes on that as well.
Yeah, it's not so much a bill, it's a debate. Because it all concerns a constituent I helped out in 1993. The Spanish authorities thought that she was involved in drug smuggling. Therefore, they got out a warrant for her arrest and extradition. She was thrown into Holloway jail without any bail whatsoever. I got onto the Home Office and said, look, come on, let's just look at the evidence here. Eventually, the Spanish authority says, no, well, there's no evidence, we're dropping all the charges. That was 1993. 3 weeks ago, she goes on holiday, a day trip to Calais with her husband, lands on French soil. She's arrested by the French authorities on the warrant, the old warrant, which was cancelled over here, but they'd forgotten to do it in Europe. It means she's in jail in Lille. Her husband's not allowed to see her for 3 months. And what's more...
This is purely because they forgot.
Oh,
they
yes.
forgot.
Oh, yes.
I can't believe that the EC works in this way.
I'm afraid it's not just the EEC. It is all over the world, but particularly in this area. There are several thousand people.
So what can be done about this?
Well, there's a number of things. Firstly, I'm bringing it to the attention of ministers, the public and the House of Commons that my constituent is not guilty of anything.
Why are we so stupid in this country then to throw somebody who can't possibly be a danger to everybody into prison in the first place?
That wasn't the problem. Because if someone wants to be, well, if someone is trying to be extradited by a foreign nation, that's the law. We're all...
So she's got to forego 3 months of her life because of this cock-up.
No. She may forego 2 years of her life because of red tape. Now, this is not just one isolated incident. It is happening all over Europe. And that's why people like myself are pressing for Euro bail. Because what is happening is people are being thrown into jail because one country wants to extradite them for offences they're alleging, but are not giving evidence. That is a gross injustice.
Guys, thank you both very much indeed. If you think that your MP could be doing something more for you, or there's something that they may want to take up, get in touch with them, tell them about it, because they can do that. Tony Banks, Jerry Hayes, thank you both very much indeed. Now, most members of Parliament like to let their hair down, take their ties off, down a few glasses of the best urine in the house, and relax to a little bit of entertainment. And we have some entertainment for you tonight. Tony, you are going to love this. He was on my radio show the other night on Talk Radio, and he said, I only came along because I thought that Kooki was going to be there, and she wasn't there at the time, and he was depressed. So, tonight we have got something far, far, far more exhilarating and exciting for you. Not than Kooki, but than Kooki just standing there. This you're going to really enjoy. And maybe there's a grant. Maybe there's a grant available for more of this. This is Angelique La-Porta with her own beautifully balletic interpretation of Apache by the Shadows. Ladies and gentlemen, the first time on British television, Angelique La-Porta!
quite remarkable.
Come here, Simon. You're sure Angelique wanted to do that and be on national television? Are you absolutely positive? Yes? You do? Yes? Fine. Okay. Because Simon works long and hard going around the clubs, the length and breadth of this country to find new talent, and thank you, Angelique. You enjoyed it, Simon, there, and that was the main thing. And we enjoyed it too. Before the break, you're off to dinner, are you?
It's getting...
Well, it's a bit late, but okay,
that girl,
fine, all
what's
right.
her name?
Jerry, otherwise I will break confidences about you and you'll be in far bigger trouble. What is the capital of Japan? Is it Yoko, Tokyo and Pinocchio?
Pinocchio.
Pinocchio, I think it is.
That's right,
0891 48 49 50. The lines are open till midnight on Sunday, and of course you could win yourself a wonderful holiday for 2 people in a beautiful, sunny, wonderful place. Now, Tony, I have told you cannot take Kooki out till the end of the show. Oh, sorry. Right. The competition. What is the capital of Japan? This is for a holiday for 2 people in the Mediterranean or the Canaries. Is it Yoko, Tokyo, or Pinocchio? This holiday has to be lived to be believed. 0891 48 49 50. The lines are open till midnight on Sunday. Do try. Now. Okay, before we go any further, down the hatch, Baz. Down the hatch. There's only a little bit left. We've all drunk it. Down the hatch.
I love the smell of urine in the morning.
Very good. And it does. You'll feel better tomorrow.
Thank you,
We're
James.
told. Okay, what was on the hot and happening world of showbiz today?
Well, you know, last
movies.
week we missed a movie called Jade, which is just as well.
Why?
Because it's a... Jade is a semi-precious stone, isn't it?
Yes, it is, yeah.
Well,
it's a yellowy stone, isn't it, Jade?
Yeah, well, we've all been robbed then.
Oh, have we?
Frankly, because this Jade ain't wonderful, but it's on your screens now. Although it does have a very interesting sort of deviant sexual act, but that's by the by.
I'm glad we missed it in that case.
So, but you might want to see that.
I might want to see it, yeah.
Anyway,
Yes, I
but
might
this
want
week
to see
we
it.
have Drag for the Masses with Tawong Fu, Thanks for Everything, Judy Newmar.
Tawong Fu?
The title is meaningless, frankly.
Oh, fine, okay.
The film is about 3 drag queens played by Patrick Swayze, Wesley Snipes, and I can never pronounce this guy's name, John Leguizamo. Anyway.
Shall we?
Yeah, let's have a look at it.
Okay, here it is.
What the hell? Carol Ann? No. I'm sorry, but I cannot take this anymore. Nazi, could you take care of this, Carol Ann? Virgil and I have something we must discuss. So, Virgil, I gather you like hitting ladies.
Some ladies need to get hit.
Uh-huh. Then, conversely, some men need to be hit back. Oh. Oh.
There's something you should know about Vita, Mommy. Well,
Vita works out. Vita works out.
a lot.
That's one of the better clips in the movie. Actually, it's quite funny. I mean, I like Patrick Swayze plays a sort of a mixture of Doris Day meets the Whartons in drag. And
He didn't seem to have got it off badly there.
No, he
I thought it was quite
did
good.
okay. You know, like Loretta Young for the older viewers. And it's kind of quirky. It's very tame, though. If anyone saw Priscilla, Queen of the Desert last year, they may be somewhat disappointed. Because this was a film that had to be made for Middle America and for sort of, you know, Middle England, essentially.
They don't believe that sort of thing happens.
Safe drag, you know. They couldn't believe, you know. Some of the characters in this movie believe that they are really women. It's kind of strange, but it's interesting. It was directed by an English woman, actually.
Is it? Who?
Bebon Kidron.
Bebon Kidron?
Yeah, something like that.
Made up name.
No, it's a legit name.
Made up name.
And also, executive produced by Steven Spielberg, which is probably explains why you could take your kids to see it.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
it's
okay.
that tame.
Okay,
which
but
is
it's not, you know,
it's worth
it's not
seeing.
as good as
It's
Waterworld.
worth seeing. You know, have a glass of piss or beer or whatever, and go along and have a look at it. And there's also an interesting film called Panther.
Panther.
About the Black Panthers, which is
politically.
Well, it's politically correct. It's also a little tame. You know, these movies about strong dramatic subjects are often pared down for the big screen, which is sad at times. I mean, there's another movie to be made about the Black Panther movement.
So this isn't the one that's
This isn't the one to break your neck to see.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, Baz Bamingboye. Thanks, Baz. Now, I noticed you had Cook with you again today. I don't know, you know.
Well, you know, we're kind of old friends, aren't we, Cookie? We have a relationship.
Please, let's bring down the lights. Let's have some
A
music.
cultural relationship.
The one and only Kiki Dee with One and Only Love.
his heart of mine.
Thank you. That's beautiful. That was really lovely. In fact, it kept them quiet. That was wonderful. Thank you very much indeed. Just before we finish, a final poem from Mr. Craig Charles, right over here. Ladies and gentlemen, Craig Charles.
We're running out of time. I was going to take a member of the audience, but I've got a special request of my own to fulfil. Hello.
Hello, Dan.
This is a love poem. I want a cold pebble beach. I want sea in your hair. I want salt and sand on your skin. I want to bathe my hands in the waves of your hair and bathe your body all tight and trim and shipwreck my soul in your eyes. I want to see you dress real minimalist in lycra and in lace. The cool damp cotton towel can wipe mascara from your face and I will shipwreck my soul in your eyes. Because you're pretty in lace and satin and silk, you're mine. That's not to say I own you, just a timeshare holding. She's pretty, she's pale, she's soft, she's warm, she's clean. She's the computer rash in my machine, affecting mind and motion, thought and deed, and wherewithal, my love. Where with all my love.
You've made her all go funny. We're back next week at the same time. Until then, thank you very much indeed. Thank you.
Pleasure.
Okay, well, come on, Cook, then. We're off out now. Okay. Oh, okay. Have a nice weekend. Thank you very much indeed. See you next week. Bye-bye.